What up, what up, what up, what up? Happy Monday. I hate to use such a phrase because usually Mondays aren't happy, but hopefully we can bring some happiness to your day. This is Odd Takes. I am Jerry Bow. That's Aaron Raybold at Aaron is Bliss. I'm at Jerry Bow Sports. We're going to try to bring you a little sports and entertainment, try to recap you on what happened during the weekend and everything in between because you know we're going to have some gambling talk throughout this show. What's happening, Aaron?
Oh, you know, it's Monday. Time to wake up, time to get back to normal. Got to readjust my sleep schedule after the wife worked late all freaking weekend, so I stayed up till 1 a.m. every morning. Now I got to get back to normal, being an adult. Oh, wait, I don't have a normal 9 to 5? Fuck that, I'll stay awake every night.
He said there will be no adulting. He will just keep going the way that things are going. He's going to play it by ear, and that's what you're going to do. You're going to play it by ear, and you're going to be able to play it with your phone as well throughout this show. 281-522-6336. So get in on the show, 281-522-6336. If you want to do us a big favor, before we even get started, I'm going to say this every time we start this show. Go over to YouTube right now. Hit the thumbs up. I see there's almost 20 of us in here. There should be 20 thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up on YouTube and go to your socials right now and retweet all of our stuff. Just say, hey, man, there's these two guys going down there about to spit some stuff at you, and it's not going to be Corona spitting either, and it's not going to be like the UCLA guy either. We're going to get into some sports, that Pro Bowl that historic Pro Bowl, and then the Not 100 Club. You know, every single Monday we're going to have the Not 100 Club. We're not 100% about something. If you have something that you're not 100% on, again, 281-522-6336. And our Monday segment of What Were They Thinking? What were they thinking? If something happened this weekend wherever you thought, well, what the hell were they thinking? Go ahead and put it on the board. But without any more wait, in Lovey with Smith. Let's start there. Lovey Smith is now the front runner to become the next Texans head coach. What were your first thoughts when you saw the headline?
So my first thought was, what in the hell? Like, honestly, I could just break this out. We're not even starting this yet, but...
What were you thinking?
At first, I will admit, my wife texted me because I was in a zone. I was in a Game of Thrones just watching zone all weekend while she was at work. And she texted me last night. She goes, hey, did you see all this Lovey Smith stuff on Twitter? Oh, what are you talking about?
What did he do?
Go look it up. Go look it up. And all of a sudden, reports start coming out. Hey, the Texans are now in serious discussions with Lovey Smith to take over from defensive coordinator and associate head coach to just being the head coach of the Houston Texans. And I rolled my eyes and went, oh, God, what? Like, seriously?
What were you thinking?
What are we doing here? What are we doing here? But then I started putting some thought into it. And you know what? I'm okay with it.
What changed?
I will say this.
Good beer?
I have no emotional connection to that team at all, the Texans. I don't care if they live. I don't care if they die. I don't care if they get to a Super. I don't care. I cannot no care at all about that team. But I made this argument last week. Jags go out, get Doug Peterson. He's got skins on the wall. He's got a Super Bowl. And I started digging back into Lovey Smith's history, and I remember this Super Bowl because honestly, I was my senior year of high school, and I spent the entire game fighting with my girlfriend at the time. And it sucked because I missed the damn game, and I blamed her for the Bears losing because I wanted the Bears to win. Lovey Smith got the Bears to a Super Bowl. Now, we're not going to say he's got skins on the wall. I'll say he's got half a skin. I mean, he got him to a Super Bowl. That's better than any coach that the Texans have hired has done. Now, Gary Kubiak went off and won one.
Kubiak had
but that doesn't count. That was after the fact. No coach have they ever hired has ever been to a Super Bowl.
Twitch.
So
is Lovey your guy? Twitch, let us know right now. Yes, hit 1 on the chat. No, 2. If you're out on Lovey, hit the 2. What do you guys think? What's up, Dr. Dre? Joe Pro, Aggie Milkman's in the house. Biggie 713, Joe Hernandez, Don Juan, Gavin, everyone. Shout out to you guys. Big ups. Yo to everyone. Hey, Gary, everyone's saying 2 so far. We're getting some 2s. And you're right, though. He had a run. We know that defense, that Bears defense, was a great defense, but obviously they had to have some coaching to get there. A 92-90 overall coaching career. So basically a 50% guy. Now, if you look at what he did in his last head coaching spot in college, Illinois, 17-39. I'm not sure we're going to throw that to because maybe he wasn't a leader of boys. He's more of a leader of men. I don't like to mix one. A good college coach is going to be a good NFL coach. So let's not play that game either, right? So let's. What do you think? I heard someone say, man, the only reason I'm happy about this, is there any sense to this, is because now Josh McCown isn't in the picture. If this means, is that a win? Or would you rather take, because someone else came back and told them on this same post, they said, well, we know the ceiling. We know what you're going to get with Lovey. At least there might be lightning in a bottle with McCown. Do you agree with that?
I mean, Josh McCown has literally no experience in a professional capacity to be a coach. Yeah, he coached his kid's high school team once. That is not a serious head coach, and you can't take some guy like that and give him one of 32 jobs and expect to be considered a serious team, a serious organization. At least show me you've done something in the realm of doing this stuff. I mean, this isn't like the NBA. This isn't Steve Kerr coming in and going, yeah, I never coached before, let's figure it out. Or who was it? Who else? Jason Kidd, taking him out of nowhere. Hey, you know what? You're a legend. Go out there and coach these guys. The NBA coaches don't do a lot. We know this. Aside from Pop and great man behind you, very few of them actually do anything. They go out there and they'll draw up a little scheme and stuff like that. But you
see LeBron coaching his teams up.
Guys, look for the open man. Defend harder. Got it. Okay. Hey, guys, crash the boards. Cool. That's very different than what we see in college. I'll admit that. But this isn't like going out and just grabbing not even that. Josh McCown was never a great player to begin with, like a Jason Kidd, and going, hey, you're in charge of 12 men. Go. They have your respect because they saw you playing as a kid. I don't know if Josh McCown will ever be a good NFL head coach, but I would like to see him at least get a start somewhere small. You're not going to take, I'm sending out resume tapes to all kinds of markets and stuff like that. You think I'm sending them to New York and LA yet? No. I'll send them to Beaumont. I'll send them to College Station. I'll send them to Waco, Dallas, Chicago even. New York and LA, those are the two media capitals. I'm not trying to get up there.
Shout out right here to Tizant's first time ever, and I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but great point. And first time chatter, shout out to you. Welcome to the show. Texans hired the black head coach trying to come off of not racist. What a faker Texans owner is. And it came at the timing. It was like, if this is the route they were going, why not just keep Culley? Like, I don't understand why didn't they just keep Culley at this point? If you're still going to have to give Culley money, you have to give him money to buy him out. At this point, is Lovie Smith really the answer? Or is it because Lovie Smith got along with a lot of the guys in that locker room? What is it? Is winning? Do the Texans want to win? Let's be real. And it's easy to make jokes and say, nah, man, they ain't want to win. But where we are right now, honestly, do the Texans want to win as where they're going right now? Do you think that that's in their priority? Or do you think management saw a little bit of the empty seats last year before kickoff? There was a lot of empty seats in that place. Do you think they want to win? Like, where are they going?
It depends on who you're asking. Do you think Cal wants to win?
That's where the question is.
Okay, let's just start at the top and work our way down. Cal, do you think he wants to win, yes or no?
Yeah, I mean.
Okay, we'll phrase it this way, because Cal is the owner. Cal cashes the checks. Money versus winning. Balance it out. Money.
And the reason I say that,
90-10?
Yeah, well, I say 80-20. The reason I say yeah is because he really hasn't had this problem, because even when his team didn't have success or they were mediocre, we know the 8-8 Texans, that still put butt in the seats. That still had those tailgates jumping. Now, all of a sudden, the national media came biting on the Bill O'Brien. Now national media caught on to Jack Easterby. And now it's like people are feeling some type of way like, you know what? Take me off that season ticket list. And all of a sudden, it's open.
So he wants to win he wants winning to be the variable that gets him more money.
Yeah.
That's the only reason he wants to win, is because it nets more money.
Yeah. Okay, let's ask it like this. Do you think it would hurt his feelings to sell that team for profit right now if somebody came to the table and they were like, hey, you just got to let's sell it? I don't think it would set him back. There's some owners that you think like Jerry Jones lives to be the Cowboys owner. That's his I think his DNA would be different, like if the moment he's not in that position. And don't get me wrong, his son's already making a lot of if Cowboy guy knows, it's his son making a lot of moves now. But you tie that to, man, he loves being an owner. He loves being in this. I'm not sure if you're hearing the stories that he's in there playing video games and stuff. Imagine Jerry Jones in there playing video games. Jerry Jones is out there trying to make deals, sometimes bad ones.
The problem with that, the one thing I'll poke a hole in there is that if Cal wants to sell this team, it doesn't matter. He doesn't get a say in that. It's Janice McNair's team, technically, on paper. He cannot sell that. He can go up and go, Mommy, will you sell this team, please? They're offering us $4 billion. But unless she is in on it, she's not going to do it. And this was the team that her husband started. Her husband founded and wanted to bring football back to Houston. So I don't think they're selling that team as long as Janice McNair is around. As long as she is healthy and in mental, in a healthy mental capacity, I don't think they're selling that team, period, the end. Because they would have done it already. Because there's already reports that Jeff Bezos wants a team. He just wants a team. He doesn't care where. He wanted a team.
Somebody call into the show. Let me know. Would you rather have Mccown or would you rather have Lovie Smith? Mccown or Lovie Smith? Which one do you rather have? Do you rather have the one that you know what you get? You know he might have that moment where his defense catches on and they eat off of it, and they could create turnovers. They're aggressive. Or is it a matter of I'd rather take the shot on Mccown? 281-522-6336.
Now, I will say our guy Aggie Milkman presents a good point. Every woman has a price. I will say it with this caveat. The Broncos are now officially for sale. They are expected to be sold before the end of 2022. Before that clock strikes midnight going into 2023, they will be in new ownership hands. Now, when the McNair family sees that going rate for the Broncos, that might easily make them go, forget this. Let's just get that check and get out. Who cares? It's somebody else's problem. See ya. You're going to offer, because right now, the last stat I saw was ESPN and the evaluation of the Broncos that they'll go for about $4 billion. I think they're going for almost $5 billion. I think it's going to be probably a 4.8 deal. For the Broncos.
And that's why kind of I've asked, when you start throwing those kind of numbers around, if the Texans being in this market here, that it's a football town, that's what hurts, because you out there, you're as a fan, you want this team to be good. That's not the issue. It's about can you do for me. It's a two-way street. It's a two-way relationship. And you sat there and bought those season tickets over and over and filled it up every single Sunday till it got to a point where you said, man, I think whenever you started trading away the star players, like that Hopkins, I think that kind of set it off like, oh, man, just because of pride, you're just going to get up and just because of pride, you're going to let go of arguably the best receiver in the league just because of pride? In an era where at that window you thought you had a Watson and Hopkins window and you chose, don't get me wrong, so many things have happened since then. Hopkins has his own things going on. But here we are.
Yeah. And Gavin asked, what do you think the price will be? I can see the argument that, it's not as great of an organization as Denver, so it should be less because Denver actually has Super Bowls and they have a diehard fan base that shows up no matter what, no matter how cold and freaking blizzardy it is in that stadium, because I've seen it. At the same time, that stadium is not brand new. That stadium is either going to need some big refurbishments or they're going to have to start looking at a new one in the next 10 to 20 years minimum. NRG is still fairly on the newer side of stadiums. You buy that, you don't have to worry about, you can do some minor tweaks and stuff like that to the stadium atmosphere because you're going to try to lure in another Super Bowl. Fair enough. But you have to think about the assets that come with the team. Granted, we know this. The Texans basically own a radio station here in town. Period. The end. You also get that on there. So you get your propaganda network the entire time. And this is no shot against them. I don't care. Hell, they want to hire me, give me a call. But when you buy the entity of the Texans, you're getting a newer stadium. You're getting that big-ass area. And you get the rent from the rodeo and all that other stuff that goes on down there.
Rodeo check comes around every year. That rodeo check doesn't miss. They go to that mailbox.
And
rodeo.
Bigger market. You got a bigger media market. You've got a bigger fan base. You're in Texas. You are the only, aside from the Cowboys, which is a 5-hour drive, you're the NFL team. And if the right owner, the right billionaire decides, I'm going to shell out the money, I'm gonna buy. Basically, I'm gonna treat this like all these HGTV shows. I'm gonna buy this thing. I'm gonna tear it down to the studs. I've got a good foundation. I've got a good stadium. I've got a good spot where it's at. I've got all of this real estate. I've got a radio station that talks about me whenever I need them to. I'm going to do that. I'm going to tear it down to the studs, roster inside out personnel, and we're going to start from scratch. And we're going to treat this like an expansion team. And I'm going to just build from scratch. And I'm going to, if I'm the billionaire, my press conference, I'm literally talking straight to Texans fans and going, look, we already signed the contract, so no offense, or with all due respect, Cal McNair, you screwed this up. You hired the wrong people. You turned away a fan base. Texans fans, I'm talking to you. I'm going to turn around your franchise. I'm going to make you proud to wear that red, white, and blue and show up on Liberty White Day. And we're going to, you know what? Forget Clay Walker. He's gone. We're going to get a new theme song. We're going to rework this stuff, but you're going to be proud to wear Texans gear again.
Aaron makes me want to jog to 610 right now. That's how hype. If someone starts talking like that, I would just lace up my shoes and I'm jogging all the way up 45 and hitting 610. I might make it to the stadium and I might come all the way back. That's what we're waiting for, a winning recipe. And I'm not 100% that's going to happen. That's going to take us to the not 100% club that we're going to do every single Monday here. Things that we're not 100% of. Go ahead and throw out your submissions now on the Twitch. You could text us again, 281-522-6336. That's the number. The Not 100% Club. What are we not 100% about this week? If the Pro Bowl should still exist, are we 100% that the Pro Bowl should still exist? Let's see this clip right here, just a small clip.
Cousins coming across for Alvin Kamara.
What is this? What is this? And I'm not going to watch this. I'd rather watch, Rondé Barber drinking Mai Tais. Let's have a Mai Tai drinking contest. Are you a fan of let's scrap this?
I mean, it's already at flag football situation. Either make it flag football or just get rid of this part of the game. Make it skills contest all day, every day. Now, I mean, I said this before. Go look at the NHL skills competition that they did for their All-Star weekend. Unbelievable. All this cool stuff that they had going on. Do something like that. But also, the NHL All-Star Weekend, guys are still out there hitting because hockey players don't mess around. They're tough as nails, and they don't care. They ain't worried about it, which is funny because they have the least guaranteed of all four major sports. So the NFL needs to do something, either make it a flag game or get rid of it. I know it's extra money. The ratings can't be good enough that you're making decent money off of it anymore. I didn't watch a minute of it. I forgot it was going on. I was like, whatever. I don't care.
Just catching up a little bit of the tweets before it gets a little bit too far away from me. We got Biggie here. He says he was a season ticket holder for 9 years and gave them up. And then Tizant says also, I'm a season ticket from year one and gave them up. He said they call me like almost every week trying to trick me for the next 2 years. And like, who this? They call you from a private number. You're like, who's this? They hit you up with, did someone just call this number? And you're like, no. Is this John? Yeah. Well, John, while we have you on the phone, it's funny because we're having some deals. That's exactly what's going on now. It didn't used to be like that. Remember, whenever your friends had those season tickets, you'd be like, man, when are they going to call me? I'm number 17,568 on the list. And the next year you were 16,000. It was moving like 1,000 at a time. All of a sudden, it opened up. What are we not 100% of next? What are you not 100% of? Let us know, Odd Squad. Are you 100% that Harden's going to stay on the Brooklyn Nets? You know when rumors start, where there's smoke, there's fire. Now, all of a sudden today, we heard Kirk come out and say, no, we're looking forward, and James says he's all in. And then over the weekend, Durant came out and said like a cliche, just a plastic statement, as in we're going to get ready for the final stretch run of the season. Then we're going to go into the season playoffs focused. If you were a betting man right now, what would be the odds that Harden stays on the Nets? Like, do you think he's going to stay there, or do you think that Morey's about to work out the evil empire that he knows he can do and get him?
I think it's probably a 70% chance he finishes this season in Brooklyn. I don't think, as much as Morey likes to be a swindler, or he likes to, get people just, hey, yeah, just make this deal. It's no big deal. And then all of a sudden people go back and media reacts, and this GM who just got fleeced looks up and goes, guys, did I lose in this trade?
What did he put in my drink?
Did any of you realize that we were going to lose in this trade? And then all the assistant GM and the scouts and everything are looking around like, huh? What do we like? Did nobody think we were going to lose in this trade enough to tell me that Daryl Morey had my pocket the whole time? Did anybody think that? Huh? What? Oh, no. See, I mentioned it to Doug, and Doug over here, yeah, what'd you say? Yeah, he agreed, but then the fire alarm went off. So, yeah, we forgot to come talk. I'm sorry, man. Daryl Morey has been seen doing this for years now. I think it's going to take a lot more than what he has to offer to get James Harden out of Brooklyn currently. Unless James Harden does his throw a fit, fat suit, I don't want to do this anymore.
And I think that's where the coach speak is coming out now. I believe that Steve Kerr, for him to come out and make that statement that James is all in, because many have seen what he's done as of late, and he's been checking out of games again. The other day he had, I believe, 4 points from a James Harden. That's just not who he is. Even on a bad game, he has double digits. That's James Harden. He's going to throw up his volume of shots. Now you're seeing that the word stagnant, that the offense has to play different from when he's in the game, that the ball's not moving.
He doesn't want to be the man anymore.
It's trouble. But as a Houston fan, now you can at least sit back and laugh. You might have felt some type of way when you lost him, and then he went to the Nets, and you're like, this son of a got his way? Like, he did us this way. Rocket fan has to feel like he did this to us, and he got his way. Now he's playing with Durantula and Kyrie, and they're having fun. What about me? Now you can sit back and say, yep, I told you so. The tiger doesn't change his stripes, and it doesn't. And he's trouble. And when they've only played, they're 13-3 when they've played together, though. Let's put that out there. Injury bugs. Kyrie believing in just whatever it is his beliefs are, just everything that's come down. They've only played 16 games this year together in 13-3, full games. Okay. What does this do going forward? Is this a team that's going to win a title when they're already – it just doesn't seem a team that's headstrong right now. It doesn't seem like that team's going to go and beat Milwaukee or something. Like, it just doesn't seem like that. And if you're a Rockets fan, you got to sit back and feel some type of way and say, you know what? I might have felt like we lost a generational talent at one point, but, hey, I'd rather rebuild right now. And then someone came out and said the Rockets were maybe open to adding him. Why?
I don't know. I saw that too. I saw that tweet over the weekend of, well, James has never ruled out not coming back to Houston, And I saw this. I called this a million times ago. I said, this isn't revisionist history. I said, he's going to go to New York and he's going to hate it. Oh, I got my strip clubs. I got my nightlife. Yeah, but you don't have everybody critiquing every single shot, every single turnover, because that's what Harden does. He turns the ball over. It happens. And Houston media was always one to go, man, don't worry about those turnovers. He puts up numbers, guys. Have you seen his shooting? I mean, not the percentage itself. Yeah, he shoots a lot and he misses a lot, but he makes a lot too. So he gets your points. He's just shooting a lot of really bad shots in the process. Houston media was always easy to powder his butt and turn a blind eye to what he did bad or what he wasn't holding up on the court. New York media is not that way. Nothing in the Northeast is that way.
You got to produce.
Philly is not going to do that if he goes to the 76ers. Boston wouldn't do that. Boston would crucify him over stuff like that.
Philly fans, he can't be playing that game that sometimes I like to play basketball and sometimes I don't, or I'll take my ball and go home. You can't do that in Philly. They're ruthless. He got away with showing up to training camp looking like Willie Lump. He showed up looking round in all the right places and in the wrong ones as well. He's out there partying with rappers, catching Rona right before starting the season. Just think about, he didn't give a damn, and he still doesn't. I guarantee that. And now if he gets to go, imagine he gets to go to Morey over there and play with Embiid and a team that's, fifth in the East? My man Jensen asked, who's going to win the East? I mean, 1 through 5, they're all within 1.5 games of each other. The Heat, the Bulls, the Bucks, Cavs, Sixers. If you ask me right now, I would say Sixers are going to make their move with Embiid playing at that level right now. The Bulls, have they lived up to what we thought they were going to be with 33-20? You knew they would take a little bit of time to mold. The Bucks, they're going to make their move at one point. That's that same team that knows how to win a title. So You got Brooklyn in 7th, though. That's not what the Celtics in 8th. The Hawks in 10th. The East, man, these are teams that are naming that you're expecting more out of whenever it used to be the East was real soft and it was about 3 teams heavy and it was all about the West. You remember that? Now these are teams that we expect. And the Heat, I mean, the Heat are first. The Bulls, the Bucks, the Cavs is the most surprising team probably in the NBA. And then now you're talking about adding Harden to the Sixers. Does Harden on the Sixers make them better? Like, are they the front runners to win it all if they get Harden with Embiid and then the rest of that? If they're already the 5th place team in the East, do they go to 1?
I want to say, I know that the general public consensus is yes, but part of me thinks that the way he's played, a lot of people are going to go, no, because he can't do it. But people forget, Harden has that switch that he flips. When he actually thinks, a title is within reach or something, a big contract is in reach, he can turn it on and he can go and he'll do it. And he'll fight for, a good 60, 80 games, and then he'll get distracted again.
Yeah, that's just the way it is. When does he check out? It's not if, it's when.
Yeah.
Let's keep going. What are we not 100% about? Who would win this race? And this is not anything new. We've seen this go back and forth. Would it be Tyreek Hill? Would it be when Usain Bolt? I always used to think to myself, man, if it was a little longer, I started thinking, maybe overthinking it. I was thinking of long steps as to Tyreek. I was thinking, man, in a 40, I think Tyreek could eat him up. And then now you're hearing Usain Bolt come out and just talk that talk. And he came out and said that he went to a combine, and there's record of this. He said he was in sweats and tennis shoes and ran a 4.22 and started laughing. He just laughed when he said it like it was nothing. And he told Tyreek, you don't want anything of this. You don't want it. If you were a betting man, what would that be? What would who opens up as favorite in a 40-yard dash? Tyreek Hill versus Bolt.
I think Bolt does. Bolt has the medals. We all watch everybody's going to point to the race over the weekend with Tyreek Hill versus Micah Parsons, a couple guys. That you've got to take that with a grain of salt because you could see he was just literally loafing the whole time, just kind of holding back, not hitting the jets. He knew he wasn't messing with that, and we'll get to why he did that later on. But but at the same time, like, I think Bolt becomes the heavy favorite.
What do you guys think? 1 for Bolt, 2 for Tyreek Hill. Who wins in that race? Who's a betting favorite? Shout out to my man Peggers in the house, dropping live bets. Benfica -1. Listen to him. Benfica -1 to all you gamblers out there. Shout out to B. Hannon. What up, fam? He says, what's up to the We Bet ATS fam? What up to the Odd Squad? That's what we are here. Jefecito, what's going on? Everyone with a 1. It just 1. So you on Bolt? If you had to bet right now, if you had to bet, like if somebody said, man, I'm gonna shoot you in your foot. Like, it's serious. Like, you need those feet.
I'm taking Bolt.
Bolt 1. Damn, y'all don't believe in Little Hill? You don't believe that the little, and we're talking a 40, not 100. Just a pop. That's how he sounds. Bolt's more like the wind. I don't know. What are we else not 100% about before we get out of here? Who will win the Smoker Olympics? I want you to check out this video before I even spoil it for you. There's supposedly the biggest smokers out here are getting bored and they're not calling each other out. So there's been workouts. There's been call outs. Check it out here.
Snoop, Burner, Wiz, Be Real, Dizza, Spitter, Method, Red, Capo. Whoever else gets stoned, man. The Smokers Olympics, man. We got to hit Swiss, Timberland. We're going to get a studio set up. A little shower room to the side. Smoker Olympics, man. I guarantee to come home with the gold. I know what y'all thinking. He smokes skinnies. I'm not going to smoke skinnies on that day. Don't be a dweeb. Don't be an idiot. It'll be set up. I don't care if we roll apes, half zips. Just don't be a dweeb. Don't worry about it. And a lot of y'all think y'all smoking big joints with big tobacco. You're addicted to tobacco. Conversation for another day.
Ghost.
Wiz responds.
Smoke off from all of that. I love the thought of it. And it's all love too, because I respect my OGs, everybody who raised me. I smoke and listen to all of y'all's music. My motto is if you can't smoke weed to it, I don't want to listen to it. So you on that list, I love you. But the niggas you name, Snoop is your old head, Currency is your young nigga, I'm Currency's young nigga. So you know what the young niggas do. We gonna bring some shit that's gonna fold you like a chair. You dig what I'm saying? So I haven't even seen you hit the G-bong yet. Get you a G-bong.
So Wiz comes back with the thought of, have you ever been out there, whether it's drinking, whether it's smoking, the young lad always shows up with something wild. Like the old schools are drinking, they're nice whiskey straight on the rocks. They don't even want to put no soda. They don't want no hangover. They want they drink like a gentleman. And then all of a sudden he has his son's friends and they're over, it's a boxing night, let's say. And then their friends show up with Fireball or something. That's what they're relating to. He's saying, you called out Snoop. He's like, Snoop is old. Like, those lungs are burnt. He's saying in other words and not in those words. And he's saying, you called out this guy, and I'm the guy that's going to show up to that party with something that y'all can't get, and everyone's folding like a lawn chair. And I just had to think of it, man, like, these guys are getting bored, but I got to give it to Wiz Khalifa, the young lungs, right? You got to give it to the lungs, the golden lungs.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've made it publicly known, like, I don't smoke weed, never tried it. I probably will one day, but it's just not my thing right now. Or I'll at least try edibles at some point in my life.
Yeah.
But having known plenty of old weed smokers, they have had some of the new stuff that younger generation comes up with, and they go, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, everyone out there's heard
literally,
that.
I have friends / family who are old weed heads who used to smoke back in the 60s and 70s who would try something from a younger generation and go,
what the hell?
all right, I'm going to go to bed. Like, I can't do this.
Back then, there was weed. There wasn't types of weed. There was weed.
Yeah.
There wasn't no hydro. There was weed. Then all of a sudden, things like Acapulco Gold came around. If you go back to watch Blow, for example, and you see that they had that Acapulco Gold, it was still grown outdoor, and it just wasn't brick, like what they call Mexican brick weed is what they call it. Stuff that's grown out in the fields, and then they just throw it in together. And it's now you tell that. You even bring out a name to an old school smoker, you're just like, man, this is you just throw it out there. This is some Obama runts. And they're like, I don't want that. I just want to smoke weed. Like, they'll look at you like you're smoking heroin. You can't even, you don't even throw out some good weed to an old head. They want bad weed. They'll tell you, all right, where's the bad weed at? Like, I don't need all that stuff in my life. And again, I just wanted to throw that out there. The Smoker Olympics. Willie Nelson, minus 500 from Joe Pro. Those are some old-ass lungs. Willie Nelson, those lungs have smoked quite a bit. Cheech and Chong. Oh, yeah, Chong and Cheech, both of them. I mean, you talk about smokers. You telling me Chong ain't still blowing like he was 35 years ago when those movies were being made, 30 years ago? Those guys there, big smokers. During this break, before we go to this break, something new we're bringing out. We're going to bring out this thing called marbles, right? So everyone that's in here, we're doing the Super Bowl squares this week.
Snoop.
So this is the way we're going to do it.
Wiz,
Whenever I pull up the game, let's go ahead and pull it up now. Whenever we pull up the marbles, you're going to have to hit exclamation point play.
Red.
That's what you're going to type into the chat.
Capo.
Exclamation point play.
Who else gets stoned, man? The smokers.
Once that
Olympics,
happens,
man.
hit exclamation
You gotta
point
hit
play. It's going to put your name on one of these marbles. So now you're into the giveaway. This is all a free giveaway. All right, so hit exclamation point play. Whoever wins the top 5 get an extra square on the squares for this weekend Super Bowl. So it's all free. Whoever gets first gets a week of private plays for free. All right, so anybody that wants in, hit exclamation point play. Exclamation point play right now. It's automatically going to put your name on this board right here, and you're going to have a marble. This is just a fun way to do a giveaway before we go to break. Check it out. Exclamation point play. Whoever gets first, you get a week. Top 5, you get an extra square on the football squares for the Super Bowl. Let's go ahead and hit start. One second here. It's not clicking on it.
Yeah, my tech guy's here.
You're not clicking on it. You're clicking above it.
Where am I not clicking on it?
It's hitting. You're clicking above cancel, bro.
How am I clicking above cancel?
It's clicking right above.
Oh, see, yours look different than mine.
Well,
There we go. All right.
all right, here we go. Sorry for the tech issues. Here we go, guys. So Aaron's gonna try to rotate it. And we're gonna give you. All right, whoever wins first here gets the week. Let's see it go down. Let's see who gets down to the first here. As soon as one of them goes down, hit 1, and we'll see who's in first place. And Gavin's in first. Well, I see some in front of him. Hit 1. Let's see who's in first down when we come down here. Aaron's trying to beat y'all.
Oh, damn.
And we got Joel Hernandez takes the lead. Joel Hernandez took the other way out. Aaron Rabel's in first, folks.
Oh, Joel's got it.
Go back to like third place. Who's in third? Ooh, third place, way back there.
No, I'm falling behind.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Singing Fly stuck. Go to 1. Joel Hernandez. And somebody came on the out. Go to 1.
Me.
Oh, man. Aaron just ruined a good thing. Aaron just cut everybody off and took down the prize. Hey, top 5. Top 5 are going to get into the squares. Aaron comes around the corner and screws everybody up. Again, this is no skill. Aaron came around the corner and Stinger, they're saying it's rigged. They're throwing tomato cans at me. We just turned a good thing into a bad thing. Don't throw it. I'm sorry, folks.
I'll run another one during the break.
This
While
is what
you take
we're
a
gonna
break,
do.
I'll run another one.
All right, we're going to run another one. We're going to
Let me reset this thing.
Let him
during the
reset
break.
it during the
We'll
break.
do
We're going to run
one
another
before we
one.
come back.
Everyone hit I play again. This fool Aaron came around the right and he did the Emancipation of Puerto Rico. He just took apart. All right, let's go to break. He's going to play that on break. Y'all guys have fun with this. First place, we're going to reset it. And last one didn't count. First place gets the week and the top 5 get a square since that was rigged. Y'all have fun.
All right, guys, make sure you hit !play if you want to get on the race. I won't mess around this time. I won't even play. I'll let one of y'all win. Just proves. Don't forget who's the best. Don't forget who's the original champ. Exclamation point play during the break. We'll do this one more time before we come back. I'll give you guys another, let's see, 35, we'll give you 45 seconds to get in. And then we'll start this one. $15 seconds to get in. If you want in, exclamation point play. Don't put the space between the exclamation point and play, Aggie Milkman. All right, here we go. Oh, Pegger's out to a strong start. Ooh, you suck. Taking first. Oh, Gary jumps out. Where the hell? How did Gary get all the way out there? Ooh. Now I got Biggie. Ooh. Biggie down there in first. You suck. Following up. Have a seat. Man, y'all are just jumping. These balls jumping all around. Yeah, Biggie's got that commanding lead right now. Uh-oh. Cuse Orange making the comeback. Oh. Biggie gets the win. There you go. Congrats, Biggie. All right, guys, we'll be right back.
Welcome back. It's part 2. You know exactly what time it is. It's time to get back in the movie. This movie that we call life, because you just saw us play a game of marbles. That's what kind of life we're living right now. Grown-ass adults playing marbles in the middle of the day, just trying to be competitive. My man 315 Q's Orange says he pushed it across the line. He willed it across the line. It was a photo finish. And Q's Orange wins a free week. Go ahead and reach out to me on Twitter, and I'll add you to the group.
Nah, Biggie won. Q's pushed him across the line. He was
okay.
him.
I'm sorry.
So
I didn't see.
He pushed Biggie across the line.
My bad.
That was the problem.
Look at me. They're already saying there's a conspiracy in here. They're saying this is conspiracy, that it's been set up. Aaron cheated everyone and went around the side on the first one. But then now we got a new winner. Okay, it's Big E713. So reach out to me. Q said that he pushed him across. We're going to do it every single day. We're going to try to have one of those races just to give you something to be competitive about, like we need anything more in our lives. 281-522-6336. Bo out here trying to facilitate the conspiracy. Yeah, my bad. I'm all over the place. I didn't really catch it. I'm over here trying to figure out other things. We give you all we can on this show, and we're adding more to our plates. Now my man doesn't even get a break over here. He's over here doing play-by-play on the marble races. This is going to get him into dog racing. We're going to get Aaron into – he's going to be the guy at the dog track.
There are no more dog races anymore.
Not over here. Yeah, R.I.P. to the 50 cent Thursday beers. R.I.P. to the margaritas, too. $1 on that night. They would give you the hot dog as well. And I don't know where them hot dogs had been all day because they tasted disgusting. But whenever you had those beers, you didn't give a damn. Let's get to what were they thinking. What were they thinking? Say 281-522-6336. What were they thinking?
What were you thinking?
I've seen a lot of things in life. This has to be the worst call of all time. Check out what happened in the NBA and tell me what in the were they thinking. Listen to the whistle. Play's dead.
Was he on the end line?
This fool shoots a 3.
Oh no, the call's overruled.
The play was dead. The guy on the roll that back one more time because it's crazy. Look, the play is dead here. When you hear the whistle, there's a play. It's dead. What happens here? The ball goes out to the corner. They've already blown the play dead.
Oh, someone just got a technical.
Like, what were they thinking? What are the referees thinking? The play's dead. One thing. Okay, that's cool. You're like, man, maybe he didn't hear the whistle.
There's some confusion.
We got to go back. Rewind that. Look who shoots the ball, and look who they're calling the foul on. All right, listen for the whistle. Play's dead.
Was he on the end line? He was.
Cool. Who's he calling the foul on? The guy from the bench fouled him. Look back. It's the guy from the bench that reached out and fouled him. Have you ever seen that? Bro, the guy off the bench fouled him. It wasn't even the guy, nobody on the court. Run that back one more time. Look how crazy this is. It's someone from the bench that fouls him in the corner. It's not even. Watch. Play's dead.
Was he on the end line? He was.
They called a foul on the guy on the bench.
Oh no, the call's overruled.
I didn't realize that was what they were calling on.
They're calling the guy on the.
So he picks up the bounce back after the play's blown dead.
Yeah. The other guy takes a practice shot like they usually do.
They're focusing on the wrong part of the camera. That's the problem. And so the ball goes out, Plumlee dishes out there, and he goes and takes the shot from beyond the arc. Just the standard throwaway. Hey, you know what? Play's dead, whatever.
And usually someone gets up and swats it from the rim so they can't see it go in.
Yeah.
There's some confusion.
What the?
Dude on the Cavs bench swipes at him, touches him, and that sideline ref calls the foul on a 3 that never wasn't actually a 3. It wasn't a 3. It was a practice shot.
Look at these boneheads. What are they? I want to know what that conversation's saying. Like, look at him. He's like, what?
Poor JB Biggerstaff. What a dude.
The play was dead first. First off, the play was dead. Then they called the foul on the dude on the bench. First off, what is his ass doing? But he's just like a regular old play. Whenever there's a busted play in the NBA, right? They call a foul, the ball. Somebody takes a warm-up shot. Sometimes somebody goes up and goaltends it just so they can't see it go through. This is routine stuff. Like, this is crazy. Like, I've seen some crazy things I've never seen. Now, here it goes. Watch.
Shot by Oubre.
Watch.
Bouncing around. Yeah, Wade touched it in his foot.
Whistle there.
It was out of bounds. So that meant the ball was dead right there. It should be Hornets ball. But we've got a
Oh, they're not going to show it? Either way, what were they thinking?
What were you thinking?
Those referees, then they threw a technical foul because he's arguing something that we all saw? What were they thinking? What else are these people thinking?
What were you thinking?
The Lakers' big three. You know when you see these things come across the screen, these graphics, and they're like, hey, so-and-so's big three. The Lakers' big three, okay, LeBron, over 27, doing good off all around field goal percentage. Davis. And then they had the nerve to throw up Westbrook. At that point, you don't even throw up a big three. Like, I think that was a pre-made graphic, and then someone was like, man, I don't feel like editing this down to something cute with double trouble or something. Double trouble, James, Davis. Instead, they just said, let's just keep it with the big three. That's an embarrassment to throw up a 1 for 10.
So lazy. What the hell?
1 for 10, the big three. The big three are really showing their asses out tonight. Westbrook. I saw Westbrook the other day. Go look it up. He doesn't move. He comes around. He gets it to the he shoots it. The ball hits off the side of the backboard. Like, that's how bad he's missing right now. To where everyone's looking at him like, damn.
What were you thinking?
What was this guy thinking? You got to take Russ off there and just say, hey, double trouble, whatever, two to tango, something cute instead of this. Let's go to the next one.
That graphics guy needs to be demoted, like yesterday.
Right here.
Let's talk about this Leicester fan real quick.
Oh, man. 281-522-6336. We got to pay bills around here. Check this out. A goal goes down. Leicester fan, look at this. There's a fan right on the field. He starts throwing hands. Come here. Come here. He was risking it all, you could say. Look at him. They're celebrating. He comes from another angle. Come here. He's throwing hands.
Why did it take the security guards that long to catch him?
Come here. Ooh. Oh, this man was throwing hands. Imagine, the first thing I thought it was, imagine if this went down in a football game.
What were you thinking?
And not football, but a football. You go down there and go hit somebody that scores a touchdown. Go hit Zeke or somebody when he gets in the end zone, and you go up there and try to get cute and try to take a punch out of him, see what happens. They're going to drag you off that field. And this guy here, but if you see, man, those Leicester fans were acting some type of way. They ran through the city kind of how imagine if the Dodgers fans, remember when they were taking videos of themselves walking into the ballpark? But imagine if they were breaking shit too, because these boys were breaking. They were throwing just random, bench on the side of the sidewalk through window on the way to this. So it was never going to end well. And this is what you got, a fan trying to run up on the team that scored a goal after they got blown out. This was a blowout, by the way. Let's go to the next one. What were they thinking? U.S.-born figure skater, and I'm sorry if I mispronounce any of this, Zhu Ji falls again, breaks down in tears. And I saw this trending. I'm like, man, what the hell's going on? This happens all the time. Well, come to find out, she is U.S.-born. From what I'm reading, she came from a wealthy family. I believe it's from California. And again, if I'm saying anything's wrong, I'm not a figure skating enthusiast, but she chose to give up her citizenship to go be able to ice skate for China. And then today, China came in fifth, I believe, in this competition. A lot had to do. She fell twice. And what do you guys think? U.S. guys not going to let her off the hook. So Twitter went to basically just jump all over her. They were all over her. And some people are saying she's just a kid, but some were saying you shouldn't have left the U.S. Like you went to do that. We're hearing that China, the Chinese government is trying to get the replays taken off the TVs. Like they don't even want it played.
I mean, first off, you're American born. You have no pride in your country. Okay, cool. Then stop competing. Go move to Jamaica. Go compete on their figure skating team. I'm sure they would love to have you. But you decide, you know what? It's in Beijing. I'm from Chinese descent. I'm going to go and I'm going to be on the Chinese national team. Cool. But then you get there and you just eat shit on the ice as a representative of the Chinese. Is anybody? I mean, we showed the video last week. The Chinese government doesn't mess around. You have now humiliated them on international TV that I want to go and I want to bring a gold home for China.
Off with
I
their
want to
head.
go to Mother China and bring home a gold.
I'm looking
and
out
we're
the
gonna
window
change
right
it to
now.
red. It's not a gold medal, it's a red medal, and we're gonna get it. And then you do this, she's gonna be lucky if she makes it out of that country and makes it back to the States. That government doesn't mess around at all.
What was she thinking? You know that the pressure should be even higher for skating for China. Here you can get away with it. Maybe, okay, she had
Had
a
she
bad
not
day.
renounced her citizenship?
We saw Simone Biles get away with a bad performance, right? And just said, hey, things are going on. In China, I'm not sure I saw Mike Tirico got out of there. Although he was supposed to stay till Thursday, then come here for the Super Bowl. After he made those comments about the government, we're going to get a little bit into that in the lightning round. He's out now. He's gone. And people are wondering, what the hell's going on? They said, man, let's get Tirico out of here. We can't lose Betty White and Tirico in 1 year. That'd be something. Is that it for what were we thinking? Man, we already ran down to 2 o'clock. What do you got?
We got one more.
What were they thinking? What were they thinking? Oh, my favorite. My favorite. Look at this. What was Tyreek Hill thinking?
He's dancing. He's enjoying the week in Vegas.
At NHL All-Star
Go
Weekend.
Reed.
Right now.
Go
Talk about
Reed.
The fact that you lost to a linebacker, Micah Parsons. You're supposed to be really, really fast. And
What was he
Micah
thinking?
Is incredible, but what happened there?
Come on, baby. I'm a cheater, baby. Cheaters don't lose the Lions. You know, I just feel like I don't want to show the world. I don't want to show the world what I really got. You know, because I'm saving it all for Usain Bolt. So really, it's like I'm baiting Usain Bolt into coming out of retirement to race me. You know what I'm saying?
Usain, you hear that? Usain
Watch this.
Bolt? Is that a challenge? You want to race?
Challenge. That is a challenge.
All right, so let's set a date for that race. Does that sound good?
We should set a date for that race here in Las Vegas.
He wants to do this
Now
like
we
a
know that's
heavyweight
happening.
fight.
Anything else
Whoa,
you
whoa,
wanna
watch
do?
this, fool. Watch this, watch this.
Here's one more thing that I do.
He should have thought about this before he did
I
this.
leave this game.
She's so confused.
Stone
Poor little-
Cold! Man, this fool didn't drink
Thanks so
none
much,
of that
Sean. As
beer.
You can tell, Tyreek's having a tough-
Thinking.
Go right to where he chugs this, just that little part, and tell me how much of this beer he actually drank. None of it. Look at this.
What were you thinking?
You got to think these things over. Like when you go to say, man, what am I going to do whenever I drink my beer? Man, I'm going to go like Stone Cold. Then you better come with it.
But here's the problem. I watched wrestling as a child. He watched wrestling as a child. He knows this going. Did you never see how he went everywhere? Like that was the whole thing. Stone Cold was in literal just briefs, bare chested. So it went everywhere because he had to go shower anyways. Did you not think that? I feel bad for Laura Rutledge. That woman is doing her job. They go, hey, we got Tyreek Hill in the audience. He wants to do an interview because he's here for Pro Bowl, all this stuff. So we're gonna get him on for an interview, and we're just gonna play around with him. Which a lot of these sideline reporters and stuff like that, they're used to it.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
like, hey, just go with the flow. And she did her best with it. But she did not expect this.
No.
And then she comes away with hair, everything reeking of beer. You know that jacket was reeking of beer that night.
Yeah.
And so she got done with work and then had to go back to her hotel room. Probably the rest of the crew that was there covering went, hey, we're going to go out to dinner afterwards. It was a lot of fun. We're going to go get a nice, fancy-ass $200 Las Vegas dinner. And she went, all right, guys, I'm going to go shower first because I smell like a drunk.
I smell like Keystone.
Because Tyreek Hill decided to take two tall boys and smash them together like he thought he was Stone Cold. He couldn't do it.
And then he has to walk out of there.
What were you thinking?
You ever been to a water park and your feet get wet, like your socks, and your feet are like. That's how Tyreek ran out of there. But remember, his feet are. That's how he ran out of there. What the hell was he thinking? And what the hell were we thinking? We went over. We haven't even got to the lightning round. We haven't even got to fire picks, and we ran out of time. What do you guys think? What the hell are you thinking? 10 more minutes? Do we go to injury time? You know how we do it here. Injury time. Do we got stoppage time? Do you guys want 10 more minutes? Because we got a lightning round that we could get to. Overtime? Overtime? Let's go. Let's go overtime. Gary says overtime it. Let's get it. Extra time. We're going to go to injury time. We're going to give you 10 minutes. Just real quick. We're going to fire around just randomness. Like the Titans are going to keep Ryan Tannehill and they're pumping their chest like this is our guy. Just because he had a bad performance. We believe in Ryan Tannehill. Or is it because they made a financial mistake already and they're pretty much tied to him and he's over 40-something million debt cap if he was to leave? What do you think now? They're just trying to save face?
I don't know if it's a safe face thing. I think this might be a bluff on their part. I think they're going, we're sticking to Ryan Tannehill. We're not. No, everybody's talked about Aaron Rodgers coming. Like, you can't have Aaron Rodgers build a house in Nashville and go, yeah, I'd love to play for the Titans. Oh, wait, I'm still under contract for the Packers for one more year, so you're going to have to give up something to get me out of Green Bay. So, yeah, the Titans are literally just going, no, we're sticking with Ryan Tannehill because they know if they come out and go, oh, yeah, Aaron Rodgers is here? Oh, yeah, that would be great to have him on our team. Brian Gutekunst is going to go, cool. You know that 4 first-round picks everybody was talking about for Deshaun Watson? Keep going. You want him for a year? You're going to pay through the nose for a 1-year rental of Aaron Rodgers. Would
you pay if it guaranteed you a Super Bowl appearance? Not win, but if you're like, man, I'm going to be in the final 4 teams. If the Titans were to get Rodgers, they were the number 1 seed this year, so you got to figure, hey, he'll take them to the top 4. Would you take a 1-year rental? What do you guys think? Is Rodgers automatically make the Titans the Super Bowl top, let's say, 3 favorites? If you plug them in right now to that roster, where do the Titans end? And I can tell you one thing, Alvin Kamara, bad weekend. Not only because that non-tackling that we saw, but he was arrested on battery charges during the Pro Bowl weekend in Las Vegas. Word out that he got arrested around 5:50 p.m. local time Saturday. There was a person that had to basically go to a hospital after a reported battery at a nightclub. Bah, bah. Now he's facing some charges. What is the odds that maybe he's not around for next season, or is this something that he's going to be able to beat like most of these guys do?
He'll be able to pay a couple of fines and probably settle outside of court with the dude who he hit. It'll cost him a couple $1 million, but you got to remember this dude is a garbage man in the offseason because he just wants to work.
Yeah,
so,
forget about
he'll
that.
keep that garbage man job, and it'll cost him maybe all the money he's made being a garbage man for the past 4 or 5 seasons. He'll pay all that to the dude, and then he'll keep his actual contract money.
Is Alvin Kamara noticeable enough? Is he famous enough to where everyday Joe, maybe somewhat sports fan, recognizes who he is in the club? Or do you think that person didn't know that he was getting in a fight with an NFL player? I always ask myself when they're like, man, so-and-so try to fight. When you heard the Aaron Donald one, but then you found out that it was really him breaking something up and it wasn't him. But whenever I first heard it, I'm thinking, man, why the hell? I'm running up to everybody in there before I run up to Aaron Donald. Do you think that Kamara's in that stage, in that limelight to where anyone recognizes him and they did it as a, man, I'm going to fight. I'm not scared of an NFL player.
I don't think so. The only thing that sets Kamara aside from your average NFL player right now is that nose piercing, because he's got that septum piercing that's fucking weird. I don't know how he plays with that. That seems so painful if it gets jarred around. If you're asking me to bet on it, I'm going to say dude bumped into Kamara. Kamara said something smart ass or like, hey, don't mess with me, or hey, like, excuse you. And the dude was like, oh, yeah, whatever. And they started jawing back and forth, and all of a sudden, bam, lights out. So I don't think he did it knowing, oh, I'm going to fight an NFL running back. I think it was probably just this disrespectful you know what? Fine. That's the way he wants to be. Because you also got to keep in mind, whatever club they were at, I've never been to a club that's well lit. Ever. No. Not even strip clubs are well lit because they don't want you to see everything on them girls.
No.
So even every club has poor lighting. It's dark. You can barely see what's going on
until you come out and your closing time plays.
Yeah, I don't think this dude had any idea it was Alvin Kamara that he was messing with,
or else he's an idiot. Again, though, I don't understand. I just don't understand how it gets to. You always figure that these guys run with an entourage as well, so you can't even get close to him. So, but again, you don't know. It could happen on the way to the restroom.
Well, that's what I'm thinking is that he was like, it was one's coming back from the bar, one's going to the restroom, something like that, where it's just if I have to draw it out, if you're asking me to write the scene, one of them, they bump shoulders and one of them turned to the other one and said, excuse you, or something like that, to throw a little attitude, and the other one wasn't having it. And things got escalated from there.
And things escalated here because we got to get out of here. We gave you a little bit of injury time, and it's time to roll out of here. We gave you a little bit of marbles. You wanted marbles, you wanted giveaways, we gave you that. Hopefully you guys tune in tomorrow as well. Please, please, please go over to YouTube right now. and click that thumbs up. Hit subscribe here as well. We can only grow this show through you. Hopefully that we can bring you daily entertainment at this time of the day, whenever you're just kind of in that weird time at work and you're just like, man, you're already looking at the clock, you maybe ate or you're about to eat, you're feeling a little sleepy. And then all of a sudden, here come Odd Takes and all the Odd Squad, and we're going to keep you entertained, and we're going to bring you everything that happens in the sports world with this kind of flavor. Signing off like we always do. Thank you, Aaron. That's at Aaron is Blitz. And anything else that you want to share with him? Where else do you do work? Your podcast on the weekends?
Come With Us podcast. New one, it drops every Wednesday. You can check it out. It's me and Beth from Darling Way and our friend Tina, and we just talk a lot of sex and relationship stuff.
If you're into that, if you want to get to the freaky deaky talk, that's where you got to go. But we got to get out of here. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of your day. Drive home safely and drink some beer tonight. Hey, let's start this week off right. Peace.
Thank you.